Hey everybody, I'm here, Austin Shin, and I'm here with Komatsu,
Hello.
and we're going to bring you a special game with School Scrabble division that's going on right now. They play 3 games already, and during this lunch break for the main event, we're going to be playing a final 4th game. And we've got some 2 teams coming up for you right now. So we have the current leaders who are 3-0, which is Chloe and Neen from Baton Rouge, and we have Evelyn and David who are 2-1 right now. And as it stands, if Evelyn and David can win by how much is that? 78. So
39.
39 or
Yeah.
40 points, then they will take the title. Otherwise, it looks like that Chloe and Ian will be champions. So yeah, I'm glad to be here with Cooper, and we are very ready. We're ready for the next game.
Yeah, likewise. Very excited.
Let's go. All right, so we have our teams ready to go, and I think they're going to start right now.
All right. Austin, you said David and Evelyn are your students?
Yes, they both live in the Metairie area, just outside of the main New Orleans metropolitan area. So we've been working with them for actually these two in particular, not very long. Actually,
Mm.
it's been barely half a year since we've actually got them into the club. And actually, with David, we only brought him in November. So these 2 players showing a lot of promise already. And yeah, we're excited to see how it all stands out, how we go.
They must be very fast learners then. All
Yes.
right. So we have Anine and Chloe going first.
Yeah,
All
let's see
right.
what they have.
Is that INTHVAL?
Oh, yeah. Some decent tiles there, but some also pretty bad tiles. So they're looking to shed some of the bad tiles they have, including the V. So it looks like they got Van for 12 points to start with.
I don't think I saw any fives, or I guess there's Haint, but yeah, that looks pretty good to shed the fee.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, solid play to begin with.
Mhm.
Now we're over to David and Evelyn. Looking to also kind of similar-ish, some good tiles and some not so good tiles. And yeah, looking to see what they can play next.
I think key here will be the hooks on Van to see if they see Vane or if they know Vang.
Yeah, yeah, especially because I know them both very well, and they are on a bit of a study regime also. So I don't think they will know the G hook, but they're going to try and get rid of some of the tiles that they don't want. So we'll have to see what they can come up with. Looks like they're going to try and play gavel through the V, I think, keeping the CH together.
The CH is so powerful, as I've learned. Yeah, it could be quite good.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, they're just trying to weigh up all the options, and yeah, we'll see if that's what they're gonna play. Okay, so they're gonna play gavel. I think that is 11 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I know that I introduced Kuba Komatsu here, who is also a former School Scrabble champion. So, do you want to say a little bit about how when you were playing and how you won also?
Yeah, well, I think my first year playing School Scrabble Nationals was 2012 in Orlando, which was wonderful. And yeah, my first year I just played with sort of a random person who I was matched with in Indiana. But then I played with a person named Shane Guo from New York, and then my final year I played with Jem Birch. Uh, Regardless, the team aspect of School Scrabble is really nice to be able to share our wins and our losses, and be able to combine the strategy and the word knowledge. And yeah, eventually in 2016 with Jem, I won it all. And that was really nice.
Nice. Yeah, very good. And yeah, exactly. This is why we have Cooper sitting next to me in the commentary booth. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're just seeing looks like Anin and Chloe both weighing up a number of options, and you can see that because there's 2 of them, they have to talk to each other and decide what they want to play. And it's the old trick of sticking their tiles up in the air so their opponents can't see the tiles.
Hmm.
But they're going with he, that is 16 points.
I'm not sure what that last tile was on the rack, but ATHOLE. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good move there. So yeah, it looks like Dave and Evelyn have some high point tiles. It's a matter of can they see a longer word and trying to get rid of their higher scoring tiles and try and cash in for some points.
Yeah, they have Heck lined up. It seems like that would play with Vayne, but it's a matter if they see Vayne.
Yes, they also have the word hacker if they try and decide to play a longer word, and her as well. But again, don't forget that these players have also not been playing for very long. So we will have to temper expectations compared to the other games that you've seen earlier tonight or today.
Of course.
But yeah, they're just deliberating on maybe extending he to heck, I think, is what they're looking at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. In your knowing them, what are David and Evelyn's
Oh,
strengths and
wait, they
weaknesses?
found
Oh,
Vane. Looks
oh,
like they
very
found it.
nice. Okay.
Okay, that's a lot of points. How much is that? 23. It's like 30 points.
Wow. Okay.
Nice move.
That does open up a C hook, which could come in handy later and score big.
Yes, and of course, there's only one other C available, so
Mhm.
we'll have to see if they see that one. So yeah, nice move. That puts
Yeah.
them up to 41 points. And again, don't forget the winning margin that David and Evelyn need is 40 points to overtake Anine and Chloe on spread.
Yeah, I wonder whether these players are aware of and thinking about. Oh, and are we seeing a bingo coming
Looks
down?
like we see, yeah, isolate.
Isolate, very nice.
Nice find. So that is 69 points.
Hmm.
They're going to find that one. Very nice.
Wow, very
Very,
nice.
very nice. Very impressive play there.
Yeah, and it looked like they landed up pretty immediately once they got
Yes, it
on the
looks like they
rack.
found it very, very quickly. And yeah, that's, again, very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of taking a peek into the future here with all these players all these teams. There's two other teams involved in this School Scrabble tournament. And they're playing, they're both in third and fourth, just out of the picture behind David and Evelyn right now during the main event lunch break. And technically, they could still, the winner of that game could still get to second place. The top two teams will win prizes. So if David and Evelyn lose this game, then they could potentially fall down to third place. But yeah, it looks like they're trying to fit the word fair down onto this board somewhere.
I suppose with her it would play.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I don't see too much good through that eye. I mean, you'd love to hit the triple word score, but
Yeah, especially with they have two eyes already on their rack, it's difficult to find a word that has another eye in it somewhere.
they line up Rafi.
Yeah, it looks like they're thinking about playing Arf and KA, which will score 18 points.
Yeah, with these sorts of intermediate racks, it's hard to figure out. Yeah, how
What
to
really would be the
score.
best? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to see. But again, just a bit of background on David and Evelyn since I work with them. Evelyn only joined our school club back in June, and was actually one of the school champion spelling bee champions. So she's very good at remembering lots of words. And David only started in a kind of more after school club in August, and we invited him to join the more serious club in November. So he's very, very new to playing Scrabble in general. And here he is, literally 4 months after just picking it up at school and an after school club. He's here playing for a title already. And just like David and Evan have just drawn a blank, so we'll have to see what they can come up with when it's their turn. But it looks like Anine and Chloe playing Fav, how you pronounce it.
They've brushed up on their new words.
Yep, exactly. That's a very important word to know. And it has a
Yeah.
number of different hooks as well.
Comes up.
A lot.
Yeah,
It comes
so
up a
much.
lot. A very useful
If you have a
three-letter
V
word.
and an F,
Yep, the only
more
three
often
with
than
those
not.
two, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like. Do you know what grades Anine and Chloe are in?
I think they're both in 8th grade, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Evelyn's in 6th grade and David's in 5th grade.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at those ages, your mind is so malleable, and it just takes in new information here in the form of words, but everywhere so fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. They're all very young and their brains are like sponges, soaking in everything. And it's great to see some young players coming through in this area. So yeah, David and Evan currently just figuring out what to do with this rack, looking to get rid of the R and the I.
Do you think they were looking at Tiara and Fava?
Potentially. I think they're looking mainly just to get rid of the R and the I.
Oh yeah,
Have to
the
see.
trail there, maybe.
I think they're thinking of playing through that I. It might involve burning the blank though.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I mean RI is just so hard to work with.
Yes, it's not a great rack in terms of trying to
Okay.
bingo. But yeah, we can see that now in Nina and Chloe both have no vowels. So that potentially could slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad we got them toward the center so you can see what they had. Um, RTNSMTP. Interesting. I guess you're probably playing through a vowel somewhere. Or maybe you just trade.
Let's see what they're going to play here. It looks like they're going to play the blank here. So
Well,
now we'll have to see what the blank is going to be.
it could be NL.
Yep,
I
could
guess
be either
K.
one.
I don't know. You know their knowledge sets more than I. But okay, taking out that triple word threat.
Yep, taking out the triple, and yeah, trying to at least score some points.
Mhm. Looks like Anine and Chloe might have mops set up.
Mops, yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're not going to play the S. They're thinking about it.
How much do you normally value an S?
With it S, normally it would be around 8 points. But again, if you're say not necessarily playing at the highest level, it could be worth a little bit less because you're just trying to. Your average scores are probably a bit lower, so
Sure.
it could be a little bit less than that. I'm not sure what you would necessarily value the blank at, but
Yeah.
normally it'd be about 25 points or so.
Sure. But it seems like we see Anine and Chloe going with map, scoring what, 4 more than mop?
So mop would have been 7, map is 11. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're looking for vowels to play through, and that's what they did. Looks like they've just drawn a vowel as well, which will help them a lot.
I should also note that we've gotten confirmation that the blank is an L. So
Trail, yes,
trail.
And we're back to David and Evelyn are 55 points behind. It is in their knowledge to play the word jivey through the V.
With an E or without an E?
Both. I think both of them. They have studied both of that word. It's just a matter if they actually start looking through that V or not.
Yeah.
That will halve the deficit currently, if they can find it.
Jivey is another one of those words that if you have the letters, you're playing it so often.
Yes, exactly.
Like Jivy. Like what other word are you gonna play?
Yeah, just wondering what else is on the. Oh wait, that's not a word. Both of them are actually very strong on their two-letter words generally, so hoping they're not going to play a phony here.
It seems like they pulled back from IM. It seems. Earlier this tournament, I think it was in game 2. I almost played EO. It was very, very, very nearly like hand over the timer.
Oh, they found jive. Are they gonna? I thought they're gonna hit the clock. Yep.
Okay.
So a jive is still a very strong play. 28 points.
Yeah, undoubling the I, getting rid of the J.
Yep. Looks very good. They actually do have the R and the Y hook for it as well, but Anine and Chloe both have the R and the S that could go at the end of it.
So we'll see whether they know those hooks, but it looks like Anine and Chloe have picked up a vowel, which helps their scoring chances, it seems.
Yes, something like first and jives would score a lot of points. Again, just we're kind of coming up with players that are like common words that you would know. So first and jives would score almost 50 points in that spot if they can find that.
That would be really nice. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I feel like putting RST next to each other.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get closer to the letters of retains. So playing fat for 6 points is what they're going for here. It does rely on them throwing into some vowels for the next turn.
Still keeping R and
Yep,
STI
trying
is
to go
never,
for second bingo
never a
here.
bad idea. It looks like David and Evelyn are sort of thinking the same thing, trying to
Yep,
get rid of the clunkers.
yep. They're looking
Keep
at the
ISRE.
the Y, B, and the G that's on the side of their rack. They're looking to get rid of those. Looks like they're trying to make some points above fat, or maybe going down instead.
What do they have right now?
They have
The
an
I and the
ass. That's
S.
not. Yeah, they have an ass.
Anine and Chloe, it seems, have drawn into turnips.
Yes.
We'll see if we see that come down.
Yeah, not an easy one to find.
Yeah.
There are multiple places to play it on this board, but we'll have to see.
Ending
they
with a
find it.
P. Or
Yeah,
just not
any
being good.
6 ending with a P is not easy to find.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, because Fat only scored 6 points, David and Evelyn only 33 points behind, despite being down a bingo.
What are they doing?
Looks like putting the Y and Hey and Pay, which will score 17.
At least pretty nice leave. Ooh.
They're wondering about putting the S, an option
Mhm.
there. So yeah, both of these should David and Evelyn both have a good solid knowledge of their 2s and 3s. So looking to slot letters in there. So a 33-point deficit, and Hey and Pay would score 17. So they'll only be 16 points behind after this turn. And yeah, again, that especially since David and Evan are very new, they might end up playing a bit slower than Anine and Chloe have been playing for about a year or half a year together now.
Yeah, I think I saw some of Chloe and Anine's final boards from that Metairie tournament.
Yes,
Quite
yes,
impressive. They seem solid on their high probability bingos.
yes, for sure. Yeah, we hold some tournaments locally here for the kids, and we held one in September where Anine and Chloe both played in as well. So they've played in other events that we have locally. And yeah, they're a very, very strong team, scoring a lot of points in a lot of the games that they've played in. So it looks like, yeah, Pug and 14 points. Again, sticking with the idea of keeping the letters of retains. And you can see that David and Evan have got the similar option, similar idea with Bog on one side of their rack already.
Do you think they would see this spot above Pug to play it now?
I hope so. Again, all words that they would know. Looks like they've found it.
Very nice.
That
Do you
actually
think
does.
this is Gob or Bog?
So yeah, Gob would score 1 extra point, but this again further eats into the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 26 points.
Looks like Anine and Chloe have drawn another R.
Yep.
Which is
not great. Yeah, they're drawn 2 constants, which isn't good for the Iraq right now. They're definitely in need of some vowels.
I wonder whether we might see something like Born come down through the O and isolate.
Yep.
I mean, that's where your eye goes when you're looking for a vowel.
Very much so. Yeah, that's really the only vowel that's kind of open right now. I'm sure they'll be looking through that O and trying to hit that double word square. But you can see the score now, only 4 points in it. And it looks like they might be burning that final vowel that's on their rack, playing rib for 10 points. Which will put them 14 points in front.
Ooh,
Maybe they're thinking of something else.
And it looks like David and Evelyn have picked up the Z. Could go well to score.
Yep. Yeah. These are one of the best tiles in the bag, so looks like they're thinking about what to do there.
Looks like Anine and Chloe have laid down Bit, hooking Bell.
Yep, that scores 15 points.
Okay.
The main issue with that is that it keeps two R's on their rack.
Yeah, 2 R's between two N's, two T's, 2 R's. 2 R's is just toxic.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not
Fortunately.
great. But two R's are already on the board, and we have one R on David and Evan's rack, unbeknownst to them. So there's only
Mhm.
one other possible other R that they could draw from the bag.
And if there were the driver hook, then that could be pretty powerful.
Yes, exactly. We're just waiting to see if anyone can hit that spot. I know that David and Evan look like they have res already lined up. It's quite possible if they have seen the driver hook, they could play it, and that would score almost 40 points.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and if that does come down, there are no plays through the Z for Anita and Chloe.
It seems like they would have Orzo.
Oh yes, sorry, yes, Orzo would be yes, nice tasty word.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Collins only ZO and DZO
Yeah, not
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 playing
good in
here,
this
but
dictionary.
yeah, they are. I switched to Collins this tournament, at least for this tournament, maybe for the long haul. We'll see. So those words are always floating around in my mind.
And you're currently what's your record right now?
Currently, I'm on 3-1, which did not expect coming in here, but it's been fun, and I'm excited to I don't know play against players who I haven't had much of a chance to play against in tournaments before.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
great that you're taking the plunge, at least trying to play in a CSW tournament as well.
yeah, well, you being in New Orleans is kind of a big factor in that. Uh, David and Evelyn looking at size and bits.
Yep,
Does a
or
good job to
Sizer. They're
sizer.
going to play the
Okay.
R there too.
Ooh, struggle over the letters. Sizer. Okay.
Sizer. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
That's a. Wait a minute. Let's see. Because they know Sizy. I just don't know if they're not sure of it. Maybe they're not sure.
So
So
size.
that move will also put them into the lead.
Wow. Okay. After an Indian Chloe's bingo,
29
it's
points.
wow. Okay.
Puts them up by 9. And don't forget, the magic number for David and Evelyn is 40 points. So they've overcome a bingo from Enid and Chloe with Isolate early on, and the scores are level now. So 29 points, sorry. So they're 10 points ahead. And they just drew the X. Looks like Enid and Chloe are playing under size, which is, let's see what they're going to do here.
If they play door there, then that sets up a massive S spot for their own S.
Very much so. Very
Uh,
much so. Playing Dern. Is that Dern?
yeah.
Do they? I don't know.
Wait, is Dern Collins?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I mean, Nerd would be or Rend would be the safer options
Yeah.
here
No,
if
Dern
they want to play that.
isn't. What are they playing? OSPD.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I don't believe it is at least.
Yep. It's OSPD7. It's on the screen above the board.
I see. I see. Now we're seeing
Red and
Dens.
Dens or something. They're
Yeah.
keeping two O's and two R's.
Doubling the D though.
Yep, doubling D, so they're getting 21 points for it. So yeah, we'll see if that's what they decide on doing. May come a factor also later on, but they do have 4 extra minutes on David and Evelyn currently.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We're still around halfway through the game, just maybe slightly past halfway through. So they settled on Rend, keeping the S. It's a much more superior move than Red's, in my opinion.
Yeah. Keeping the S and undoubling the R's is really important here. So
Definitely.
good move for them.
Just double checking the score of the move. So Annie and Chloe back in front.
And David and
And there we
Evelyn.
go. Ixia comes down, 29 points.
Very nice.
Puts them up by 21. And just as that happens, Annie and Chloe have just drawn the blank.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's the other blank, the case blank now.
All of a sudden, though, this board doesn't have that many places for bingos. Looks like they're trying to play off the NU.
Yep, that's what it is. Looks like trying to get some points in with that X. So that's going to be, how much is that? 13.
Mm-hmm.
And David Evans just drew the Q and the U together.
You'd love to play Quern here, but I don't know if it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a place for it now.
Oh, well, with Jiver.
Oh, Jiver. Yeah, Jiver and Quan. If they find that, that's going to be upwards of 80 points.
That would be massive for them, but
Yeah.
it seems like the Jive
yeah.
hooks aren't really top of mind for these teams right
yeah,
now.
it seems like that neither team has noticed the R hook, or at least not sure enough to play it. So I'm personally not expecting Quan and Jiver to come down, but you never know. They could play Quan and Fate. That's another space that's available to them.
Oh yeah.
That will also score around mid 30s.
And they know their JQXEs, or they've studied their JQXEs up to 5?
Yes. Looks like they're actually playing a Collins only.
They're watching too much of your stream.
Maybe they're watching too much of my stream. It's
oh no.
a Collins only 3 left to word.
Okay, Chloe and Yanine looks kind of puzzled. Maybe they're holding because David and Evelyn are not drawing right now.
Looks like it's on hold. It looks like it's a challenge.
All right, yeah.
So this is the first challenge, and it
out.
actually is the first phony of the game. QIN is, I assume, is what they're going to be challenging, and that will come off. So this will halt the progress and the momentum that David and Evelyn have, and it's a very good challenge from Nina and Chloe, noticing that the phony has been played and confidently challenging it off.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in your own rack and not consider what words your opponents played, but it seems Shin is coming off the board.
Yep. Again, very well played from Anine and Chloe there, finding the phony and noticing it very quickly. So as we are, yeah, Anine and Chloe. I think they have they can't play OT. That's not a valid play. I think they were thinking of doing that, but they thought against it.
I do feel like OT is one of those 2-letter words that you just sort of, I don't know, assume is good, and then you double check it, and and it just turns out not to be a word.
Exactly, it's one of those with like LE and things like that.
IR,
yeah,
always happens for me. I don't even know why. So it looks like GI is the play.
GI, yep. So 3 points.
Maybe they're fishing for Cooper.
Maybe
in honor of me. That'd be really nice of them.
Anything's possible here.
But yeah, quite close.
Looks like they're just trying to block that I, so they can't play that Q.
Oh yeah.
But, it looks like David and Evan do have other plays, so we'll see if they can find anything. So yeah, we're still waiting to see what David and Evelyn do. They're down to 8 minutes now. So they're looking to play Erd somewhere. Again, the Jive place is still available, even Jived. So they're putting some options down on the board to see what they want to do here. So yeah, nothing's happened yet. Still considering what to play. So they're just making a play here because they're running low on time, but they have just played off their U. So now their Q is going to be a problem. They score 5 points with the D there.
This board seems very unpromising for the Q.
Yes. Not easy to play it on this board now, and it might actually be impossible to play the Q without that U on their rack. Okay, so Ku has come down for 8 points. So that puts Anin and Chloe down by 2 points. But they have a lot more time.
Yeah, very close game. But this does open the opportunity for Cooper extensions, so we'll see.
Very much so. Could happen.
Anin and Chloe have drawn it, so we'll see if they burn the blank to play Cooper. Yeah.
So yeah, David and Evelyn with their Q now have duplicate R's and D's. So a move that will shift the R and one of the R's and D's from their rack would be an ideal thing to do here.
Maybe we could see something like Rod, Joe, and Id.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. There's size, so you could play red and sized or resized if
Oh,
you want to get
yeah.
real tricky
Resize would be
here.
fancy.
Those options are available.
So, Austin, I understand you were a youth playing Scrabble, but did you ever play youth Scrabble?
I only ever played in 2 youth tournaments.
Mhm.
So I'm originally from the UK. For those that don't know, I played in one World Youth Scrabble Championships back in 2006. I finished second in that.
Wow.
Second to one of the best players ever, David Elder,
Oh, wow.
in that edition. And there was actually a School Scrabble Championships in the UK for that one time around that time also, which I managed to win. So I have played in some youth championships before, but yeah, I started playing in tournaments when I was 8 years old. So I had to be sharp from the get go playing against adults.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, not easy for sure.
I didn't know you and David Elder were peers like that.
Yeah, we're both
That's
the
really
same
cool.
age, so yeah, we're both we're in the same time.
Wow. It seems like David and Evelyn have decided on Rod, undoubling the R's and the D's. Always a good idea to.
Yep, seems like a good play there. Hoping to draw some other tiles here that aren't R's and D's.
Some sort of relief for the Q.
Yep, that's right. So Rod and Din scores 9 points. So what are they playing here? Is this a phony?
Uh,
They have
I
YO on their rack, I think.
it's a term that I have said. AO.
Yep, we actually have an AO in our tournament.
Oh, yeah.
In the CSW division.
Uh,
So yeah, this is a good one for David and Evelyn. See if they can spot the phony.
yeah.
Oh, they're both looking at it. Okay, are they going to
Anin and
challenge?
Chloe don't seem to be drawing.
Looks like they're on hold.
Yeah, this could be a swing.
Oh, okay. So that is a challenge. So both phonies, or both phony 3-letter words have now come off the board.
Mm-hmm.
One from each side.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, good knowledge from both sides. Spotting the phony again with anything that could come down at any time. You have to be alert.
Yeah, especially in double challenge, it's so much harder to pull the trigger.
So this
and
is
challenge
actually
it.
not double challenge.
Oh,
For
is
those
it
that
not?
yeah, no.
Okay,
So
never
for
mind.
those that
Never mind.
yeah, for those that aren't aware, this is actually a 10-point challenge roll.
Oh, I see.
So we're not going to be too harsh on the kids for this tournament. This is actually going to be the same. I think it's going to be the same challenge rule played at the NASSC, the North American School Scrabble Championships. It's a 10-point challenge per word, I believe. So it's not as strict on the challenge rule if you want to challenge a word.
Oh, that is
So
quite nice.
yeah, definitely, in my opinion, welcome because I mean I know a lot of teams are going to be more experienced than others and be too scared to challenge. So
Yeah,
this
I
definitely
mean,
helps.
I definitely knew of some teams who exploited that when, yeah, playing against weaker teams, just racking up their spread as much as they could.
Very much so.
So I'm glad we no longer having that anymore.
Okay, so Dew has come down. So they're already 11 points ahead. This is going to score 17.
So that's 28 points.
Yeah, 28 points ahead now. Again,
Wow, this is a
40
nail
points is
biter.
the magical, it's the promised land for them. But they still hold the Q, but they have just got an I, which is going to help them a lot. And
Oh, and a
wow,
U.
they just got the U.
Wow, that was a dream draw for them.
Wow. Okay, so they have quit underneath the G of bits as well, which will score a lot of points.
Meanwhile, Anin and Chloe have set up RE, utilizing
Yeah,
the triple word score.
23
Yeah,
points.
that's what you want to do here.
Got to keep them honest here. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Again, David and Evelyn down to 4 minutes on their clock.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see in the
It's a lot
top
of
right
pressure.
corner, there's still 23 tiles unseen. Oh, 21 tiles unseen now. So 14 in the bag. They will need to get moving here and leave some time for the end.
Were you thinking about quit with GI?
I was
Yeah.
personally thinking of that. There might be another place, maybe like quiet and fate, for example.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
words that they will be in their knowledge for sure. This is just a matter of if do they see the spots available, because this is now a race against time. They're now under 4 minutes. And Eden Chloe chilling right now with 13 minutes on the clock. They're going to be perfectly fine on time. But don't forget that every part of a minute that you go over, you lose 10 points. So if they want to win by 40 points overall, they're going to have to, they might have to win by even more than 40.
Yeah, the task just becomes incrementally more difficult.
Very much so, but they are ahead on the scoreboard. So
Yeah.
that's already something. But they're going to have to find these moves relatively quickly now.
Yeah, it's just so very important to get rid of this queue here.
Very much so, and not to play off the U because they're not gonna have many places to play it otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, now down to around 3 minutes. So from what I've heard, also in this tournament, David and Evan have run over time in at least one of the other games in this tournament. I think the first game they ran over by 3 minutes, and they would have won this game. So they both teams have played in game one already.
Oh, did they?
David and Evelyn actually did on the scoreboard win by 3 points, but they actually went over by 3 minutes. So they actually lost 2 and a bit minutes. So they ended up losing by 27. So we're just gonna have to see if they go over by a similar amount of time.
Yeah, how many? We have 14 tiles in the bag?
Yep, there's still 14. There's still a fair bit of the game left to go. So as of right now, it seems inevitable that they are going to run over time, and it's really a matter of how much or by how much.
Yeah.
But they've taken about 2 and a bit minutes on this move already, which is half of the remaining time. And they're going to have to come up with something pretty quickly.
Oh,
Oh, it looks like they. Oh, are they playing something else? They're playing
they're playing
sit.
sit? Okay.
Okay, so they didn't see quit. They didn't generate that move. But they have kept the Q and the U together at least.
That might give them opportunities with fate. But
But they, I think that, I mean, it might be slight panic stations at this time when they're kind of sitting there with the time kind of dwindling. They're just trying to make a move. And it looks like Anine and Chloe are ready to make a move already.
yeah, they are putting the time pressure on.
Looks like San,
Yeah.
which is 20 points, puts them into the lead by 3 points if they decide to play this.
I guess another thing here to consider is the fewer tiles you play, the longer the game goes.
Exactly, that is also true. That is also true. If they don't play long words, then they're not going to get through that bag.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like Azo.
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 Okay. That looks quite
Yep.
nice. Keeping the S.
16 points.
Yeah, okay.
1 point behind.
David and Evelyn last turn did open a spot for QI to play, so
Yes,
it
that is
seems they
true.
might be
It looks
able
like
to
they
see
lined it
that.
up. It's just a matter of do they find that spot? It looks like they have.
That's 26
26
points.
points, puts them up by
ahead.
27 now, with 1.5 minutes left.
Yeah, now that I will be very, very
Yeah, to play.
pivotal.
Yeah, play underneath that. Yeah, there's one
It's a
eye
big scoring
unseen.
spot.
There's just the single eye that's left. That is in the bag.
Yeah, that eye really looms large.
Okay, so Anine and Chloe have the blank and the S. The two best tiles left, I think, in this game that's to come.
Maybe they're looking at Yao.
Oh, where does that go? I mean, it could go on
Which?
hay next to the right of isolate
Oh
potentially,
yeah, yeah. I
if they
mean,
could see that. Infinity Words asking who has to win by 40. It is David and Evelyn who have to win by 40 points in order to win the championship. And they're up by 27 right now, but they will inevitably run overtime.
looking at Sizey,
Is that a Y?
I don't believe so. Um, but that is a tough challenge.
So that's an S. Looks like they're playing
Or
yes.
yes.
That's a
Okay.
very strong play, actually.
Yeah, they'll score quite a bit.
Yep,
Um,
that's a nice play.
yeah, making good use of their S. Um,
25 points. So also don't forget that even though the scores are what we are inputting into the engine, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is these are the scores that the players have agreed on. So they're playing later and fate, which is going to be 17 points. They're just going to play quickly now, I think. And they do go through 5 tiles.
yeah, so they getting closer and closer to the end.
Yep, they're under a minute now.
But it seems that Anin and Chloe have drawn that all important I, so we'll see if they see
Yes.
that QI spot. That could be massive. Later in
Yep,
Fate.
that is true. That I is going to be pivotal here. They could play something like win or wit underneath the Q. But it looks like they're trying to play owl potentially to the right of later for 19 points.
And it looks like there are no more tiles in the bag now.
Oh, yes, that is true. They've just emptied the bag with later. Um, and yeah, it's a grandstand finish now in terms of who's going to win this game.
Yeah, this is as close as can be.
And yeah, and also if they play owl, then that actually is 19 points, which is puts them on a will tie up the scores.
Yeah, and you thought that David and Evelyn would necessarily go overtime, but it looks like they might just squeak by. We'll see. We'll see. Um,
Ooh, okay, so
but
owl
out
score
here,
19. It does mean that Chloe, Anine and Chloe both keep that eye for underneath the Q, so they can play tin or knit at the very least for about 30 points.
yeah.
So they have the tools to win this game.
Looks like David and Evelyn have some plays available to the
To the
right of
right, yep,
OW,
they could
but
hit that triple. We'll see if they can generate anything within the next 43
49.
seconds.
Yeah, that is very quick, especially when you're playing with a partner, trying to communicate.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to find a play that doesn't make them run over time. Mod.
But
Okay, that's pretty good.
Dom? Wait.
It
No,
looks like
mod,
mod.
mod, mod,
Yeah,
mod.
mod.
My bad. Yeah,
That
mod. Okay.
is 22 points, I think. Yep,
Yep.
22. Puts them up by 22. They're running down to 13 seconds now.
And they hit their
9
clock in
seconds. They hit the
time.
clock. 9 seconds.
Okay, and
So the question really is, can Anine and Chloe either find an outplay, or they're not going to try and find an outplay here, or they intent on
no, and
letting
now
their opponents run out of time. So they put down no and now, which will score 12, which will actually put them 10 points behind, but with the time penalty, a potential time penalty, that would put them effectively level.
oh, now they're looking at.
Oh, they're looking at maybe not.
Oh, not could score quite well.
Oh, that could be a game-winning play.
Yeah, good on them to.
To take a bit of composure there to realize that they have enough time to just have a look and see, because they have an eye and a blank on the side of their rack also.
Yeah, and this makes the next play a lot harder for David and Evelyn as well. So.
Yep, that is it does make it more difficult. They're going to try and play the blank and get rid of it potentially. It doesn't score them anything more, but it's one fewer tile to worry about. Not would score them. How many is that? 23 points.
Yeah.
So they're up by 1. David Evan looks like they're running overtime.
Yeah.
So
okay.
now they're on overtime.
So now we have.
Effectively down by 11 now. And I don't think they have a place to play out.
Yeah, scoring with Ao and Not really sort of clinched this game for Anin and Chloe.
Oh, looks like no, that's not going to work.
Okay, that blank could be an S or a K, but I don't think that affects
I
much
don't
in
think
this
that's going to
game.
change anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be playing anything there.
Unless they have unnot or unsnot. Uh,
Yep, maybe so. Oh,
okay,
nice, a very
better
nice
than
play
all.
there, Liu. And all scores 10 points. They're going to hopefully not run out of an extra another minute. Could they actually win this game? Oh,
No, it seems like
QI. Yeah, she was going to
QI.
win the tournament.
Yeah, keeping the
22
eye
points.
for 22.
22 points. Again, don't forget that David and Evelyn have also run overtime by a minute, so they will lose 10 points.
Yeah, so it seems like Anin and Chloe will be well ahead after this.
Yes, it looks like they're
Uh,
actually ahead by 15 points on the scoreboard, but effectively will be 25 points. And a final score, I mean, according to the engine, 333 to 308 in favor of Anine and Chloe, who will go 4-0 in this tournament and will
4
be
and
take
0.
the championship.
Wow,
So well done to
congratulations to them.
congratulations to Anine and Chloe for winning this. For second place, David and Evelyn will go 2-2. There is another team currently. There's another game going on behind them with Penny and Tony, who are 1-2, and they could potentially overtake David and Evelyn if they with a win. So we see
Wow.
nice sportsmanship, lots of handshaking. Nice to see as well.
I I remember when I was playing teams and we would do handshakes after the game. Sometimes there was a question of like who would shake hands with whom. Sometimes we'd have these awkward like four-person handshakes at the same time.
Looks like
Uh,
they have the. Looks like they have it down at least.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Very good
very well played
sportsmanship.
from Anine and Chloe from Baton Rouge, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it seems
very
like
good,
Baton Rouge
very
takes
well done.
this edition of the I don't know Lower Mississippi River rivalry.
Exactly, yeah. This is exactly it. Exactly it. So yeah, very good game from both sides, and yeah, again, just a flavor of what's to come from two teams that are very very new, and yeah,
Yeah, so much
just give them more
promise.
time, guys. Just give them more time. Practice, more
Hmm.
practice. They've been working really hard. Both teams, all four teams have been working really hard um, at their schools, at the local schools, and their coaches. So again, well done to Anine and Chloe, and their coach also, Coach Peggy Altazan as well, who's coaching them over there in Baton Rouge. So well done to all of those guys for winning the championship. Um, yeah, we'll be. I guess we'll be coming back with some more live coverage soon for the main event. We're going to be. Well, actually, it's getting pretty loud out here in the walkway out here, just outside of the playing room. But we'll be doing a prize giving for the kids real soon. And after that, then we'll get back to game number 5 of the main event here at the Crescent City Cup in New Orleans, and we'll be back with some with the WoW division. So
All
WoW
right.
division will be the next 4 games for tonight, and hope you enjoy it. See you guys around. See you later.